Hey everyone, and welcome to a blind commentary of the newest album of Ayreon, The Source. I told you this would happen, and now it happened. You should have listened to me, because I am freaking Tommy Karavec, okay? Yes! Da-da-da-da-da! Yes! Da-da. Trust TH1. I trust you, Michael Mills. I trust you. I am 100% sure now that I have developed a crush on Hansi Kur's voice. My god, why did I not know this before? The past is gone, we need to focus on this now. Location, the starship Starblade. The long journey to our new planet and our new life has begun. Unfortunately, it hasn't been entirely smooth sailing so far. Of course, when we were safely away from planet Alpha, we felt a certain relief at having escaped with our lives. The immediate danger is over, but now we're facing torment of an entirely different sort. The agonizing thought that we were forced to leave our friends and family behind, condemned to certain death on the doomed planet Alpha. If it weren't for the unlimited optimism of the diplomat and the moral support of the counselor, I'm not sure we could endure it. But they've inspired us to carry on, reminding us of the fact that this is the only way our race can survive. During the long flight aboard Starblade, we are slowly adapting ourselves to the condition of our new water planet. Before we left Alpha, the chemist had developed an amazing drug he calls Liquid Eternity. Some of us prefer to call it the Source. Not only will this drug enable us to breathe underwater and communicate with each other telepathically, it will increase our lifespan to a degree we never imagined possible. That sounds crazy. I don't know if I'm supposed to say awesome or nuts. It's just crazy, and I don't know if it's positive or negative. So what it says is that this drug enables them to communicate with each other telepathically. Whoa. And it also increases their lifespan to a degree they never imagined possible. So liquid eternity seems to suggest to me that they will live forever. Forever? I'm so smart! That's why they're called Forever, because they're a race that now lives forever because of liquid eternity. Ah! Aquatic Race. I like this song. This song brings up how the people are turning into forever people, I would say. They're still the same people, but they're going to live through water, and they are going to become like this person on the front. They will get all these tubes and get water in their system to live because of liquid eternity, the source. It will allow them to live forever, but in what way? They will not be able to talk. They will only speak to each other telepathically. They are like just inside a little bubble of their own and just being there, just existing forever. I don't know if that's a life you would want. And I don't know if every one of them knew that they were signing up for something like that. So at first it seems really awesome because they escaped planet Alpha and they would die if they didn't. So that's good, but at what cost? They are going to planet Y to become water people. But is that really better than dying? Is my question. The dream dissolves. The song kind of reminds me of the Mirror of Dreams from The Theory of Everything until like 2.5 minutes in, and suddenly it kicks in like real bad. I mean bad in a good way. It kicks in really... Ugh. To me, this song seems to describe that they are losing their humanity. They have their dream, and that's why they left planet Alpha to go to planet Y, because they have a dream to save their race, but then the dream dissolves. So they vaguely see the dream they had of saving their race, but every time they see it, and they are like, and then it leaves again. So they are slowly losing sight of their dream, sight of their human nature. Deathcry of a race. So this song is about that they have almost reached planet Y and they are like eager to get there finally, but in the distance they hear planet Alpha being destroyed. They hear that the last cry of their previous race is dying. The last cry, it's over, and they hear that and it makes them sad. Even though they are also filled with excitement, they also feel sad. The preacher finally makes his entrance and he does some Tunisian Arabic stuff, which is really beautiful. And I want to know what it is, so I'm going to Google it real quick. So literally the only thing I could find is that Falyakan means so be it. You can tell me what it means. I'd love to know. Then the counselor and the biologist have these parts together, that they have like these really high voices and these really orchestra-like voices, opera voices. Oh wow, that just, it's so good. And then a special mention that I have is the last part between the biologist and the opposition leader, which is Floor Jansen and Tommy Karavik, because I think it is really, really special that they have a part together, because they are both people that had to enter a really famous band after the lead singer left the band, and they had to fill the role of the lead singer in a really well-established band, for Floor Nightwish and for Tommy Camelot, and they both did that superbly, and they really seem equal in this. The one is not better than the other, and I think that is really, really cool, because Floor is a force to be reckoned with, but so is Tommy, and that is so awesome. Into the Ocean. So, Into the Ocean is a song about them arriving at Planet Y and preparing to go into the ocean. More like mentally preparing to go into the ocean, because it's going to be a huge step for everybody. One little thing I want to pick out is the prophet that is prophesying what is going to happen, namely that they will live for eons underneath the water, but something will come to take their souls away. Which is something that is actually going to happen, because they will not be able to feel emotions anymore. But apparently they don't know that is going to happen. Only the prophet prophesies that it's going to happen. And of course the song gets closed off in the only way that it should, by Tommy Karavik screaming his lungs out in a way that only Tommy Karavik can. Perfect. I think maybe this is my favorite song yet of the album, but we're not done yet, so maybe there will be an even better song. So now we have arrived at Chronicle 4. Location, the new water planet, Planet Y. So, they have arrived. We're on our final approach to our destination, the planet that will be our new home. We've named it Planet Y. Our first sight of this peaceful water planet filled our hearts with hope. But now that we're confronted with the stark reality of having to build an entirely new civilization, it's dawning on us that our problems are far from over. Our entire infrastructure will need to be underwater because deadly radiation from our new sun Sira creates a toxic atmosphere. Through the source, we are able to communicate with each other telepathically, which makes it impossible to hide our concerns from each other. Some of us are afraid that we've taken on too much and won't be able to successfully adapt to our new planet. Others worry that the predictions of the prophet may still come to pass, and that we will just perpetuate the same inevitable mistakes. In our darkest moments, we all worry that despite all our efforts, this will be the end of our elfin race. And although TH1 has been an indispensable asset through this entire saga, something about him feels a little off to me lately. It's probably nothing, but I can't help wondering if there's not more to him than we imagined. Oh, please tell me that Michael Mills is going to take over the entire Forever People. Please tell me that he's going to like rebel and get evil and destroy everyone. That would be the greatest thing ever. Bay of Dreams. So the Bay of Dreams is the place on Planet Y that they are going to inhabit now. And they are kind of like scared and worried because they're in a whole new place and they're trying to adapt a little. TH1, I thought he would go like on a rampage and kill everyone. But he's more like worried because he is afraid that they're not going to need him anymore now that they're on a new planet which doesn't have like all the robots and the machinery. Which kind of makes sense that he would be scared of that. Also, the prophet sees something in the afterlife, and what he sees is probably Earth as we are now. Like, we've been talking about space and forever and stuff, but let's go back to here, human being. And that's what he's probably seeing. Like, they look like us, but they're not us. So it's probably mankind, what he's talking about. Planet Y is alive. So I'm guessing this is supposed to be the song that the opposition leader and the president go head to head together about their differing opinions, and that the president screwed up big time. But I had hoped for more, I think, to be honest, because it's basically like the opposition leader is like, yeah, you suck, you did this. And then the president is like, yeah, I kind of did, but look, new planet, yay! And then the opposition leader is like, well, yeah, you got a point there, we got a new planet. Okay, fine. You know, I want the opposition leader to be like, what you say? What you say? Come at me, bro. I'm losing my earbud, but I don't care. Come at me, bro. Kapow! I mean, Tommy Karavik sure has the abs to do it. And basically, the song is, aside from this confrontation, is supposed to be like a really positive, happy song, because everybody is like so excited to start their new future away from Planet Alpha, who was being destroyed, and no machines or whatever, except for TH1. I don't know what's going to happen to him. Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, we are going to make a new community together, and we are going to do this together, and we think as one, so we can do this and everything. And we already know that this is not going to work out so well. But I'm curious to see how it will not turn out well. The source will flow. This song describes the forever people getting connected to the tubes of the liquid eternity, the source. The song is so soothing, and they finally feel the water flowing through their veins via liquid eternity, via the source. And it's just like all this panic of escaping their planet Alpha, which is being destroyed, and being on this turbulent ride to a whole new planet that they have never seen before, and arriving there and attaching these things to their body that they have never had before. And then finally everything is done, and they're just like, the process of becoming forever people has started. And it is peaceful, it is soothing, it is calm. It's all okay in some way. In some way, I'm adding that. I want to give a special shout out to the voice of the chemist in The Source Will Flow, because it perfectly suits the atmosphere of the song. And it is really, his voice causes me to have this song stuck in my head forever. I can't get rid of it. I keep singing it everywhere I go. It's annoying, but it's good, because who wouldn't want an Ayreon song stuck in their head forever? Journey to Forever. So in the Journey to Forever, they are definitely have become or are becoming forever people. They are in Planet Y, and they are already attached to the source, because it describes how they can like read each other's minds and feel each other's emotions and each other's thoughts as if they're one person, but they are like miles apart, but they feel like they're like one, which I can imagine that would be kind of weird to experience, but I guess eventually they'll become used to it, but it's kind of like weird and alienating to them right now. But they're also still positive. They are still like, yeah, we're going to create a whole new world with these 10 people, and we're going to populate it, and we're going to build in it, and we're going to make it thrive. We are going to make it even better than Planet Alpha ever was. The Human Compulsion. So the Human Compulsion is the, not the last song, but the one before that. And it shows off not all of them, but most of the singers. It shows off their vocal skills a lot. And they are just equally awesome. Like, you think like, this is the best singer ever. And then the next one comes and you're like, but this person is king. And then the next singer comes and you're like, but this person is God! They all have like this one sentence which shows that they are worried about their future. Will they still long for the life they had on Planet Alpha? Or will they be happy with the life they got now on Planet Y? And they are worried about what liquid eternity will do to them. How will their bodies react to liquid eternity? And it's also a planet without machines, and they are so used to having machines all around them every day. Will they be able to live without them? What they're also worried about, they're worried about a lot of things. They are worried that it's human nature to keep exploring and to keep inventing new things, to keep building new things. And that is what was their demise of Planet Alpha in the first place, that they did that. So can they repress that urge to do that? Or is that just human nature, and are they bound to make the same mistakes all over again and again and again forever? March of the Machines. Just, oh my god. I called it. Michael Mills is taking over the entire world. I called it. What this song seems to describe to me is that TH1 is part of the frame. Maybe it's corrupted in some way or infested with it, or maybe it has always been a part of the frame, but it cleverly hid it from the humans. But he is part of the frame, and he is like, you are starting a new life without me, and I don't want that. I don't want that, because the entire frame is destroyed with Planet Alpha, and he is the only part remaining of the frame. So he wants to thrive, as well as these humans, these forever people, want to do that as well. So he is rising up from the deep to create a new frame. So these forever people are basically screwed. They shouldn't have taken TH1 with them, because TH1 is taking over, and the same thing is going to happen to Planet Y as what happened to Planet Alpha. I completely called it. It makes so much sense. TH1 is smart because he is a machine, but he knew how to play on the emotions of the forever people, because he was like, will you abandon me? I feel sad and stuff. And that's what they noticed about him. What it actually was about was like gaining their trust that he would like wither away. And it was also like a deep-seated hate, like, you are going to abandon me. I don't want you to abandon me. I want to be the greatest. Oh, this is so awesome. This song made me like so, oh my god. I need to have some coherent ending to this video, do I? It's going to be hard for me, guys. I'm sorry. I need some water. Oh dear. So, that is the ending of The Source. Man. Before listening to the last song, this was what I had in mind that what I was going to say. The Theory of Everything will always be my favorite album of the entire Ayreon saga, because it had such an impact on me that no other album has ever done. It is so precious and special to me. And I think the Human Equation also is better than The Source. But that's because I have an emotional connection to the album, because I went to the theater Equation and it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, because I had an accident like a few days, maybe a few weeks, maybe a few days prior to this musical. And I was like, I don't care that I can't walk. I am going to this. And I was in so much pain. But I guess the pain made me memorize it more, made me hold on to it more, and made it more precious to me, which is weird, but that's what happens with humans. So the Human Equation and the Theory of Everything will always be my favorite albums of the bunch, but after that, definitely this album, because this album is super great. But then I didn't know the ending of this album yet. I think I'm still going to stick with what I was going to say, because one song doesn't determine the entire album. One plot twist doesn't determine the entire album. So, taking in also not just the lyrics and the story, but also music and the vocalist and everything, I still think that this album is phenomenal, first of all. But I still like the Theory of Everything more because of personal reasons, probably. Because I love Tommy Karavik. Man, what do I say? Hansi Kush was amazing. James LeBrie was amazing, but I already knew that he was going to be amazing because I saw him live. Tommy Karavik showed a whole different side of himself that I wish he would show more in Camelot, because it's more like Seventh Wonder type of stuff, but also not. It's like really some stuff I haven't heard of him yet before. So I love that. And freaking Michael Mills is God forever. Michael Mills is best boy. Michael Mills, why? I guess also a thing with Ayreon albums is that you have to listen to it a lot of times before it actually all sinks in, because there's so much in it that I can't really grasp in one sitting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the camera work was kind of good and that you can hear me well, because you should see what this room looks like right now. I have the camera stacked on 3 boxes and I have the microphone stacked on 1 box, and there are cables everywhere, and the camera died on me, so it was a nightmare to record this, so I hope I can salvage it still. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it a lot. And with that, I will say dooey dooey.